Episode 268, Antigravity from Google, your new digital employee.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI 6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
What if you could hire a developer who never sleeps, never gets distracted, and can write code, test it, and fix bugs all on their own while you're still having your morning cup of tea? Well, that's not science fiction. That's called Google Antigravity. Hello and welcome back to AI 6, the podcast that helps you embrace AI, but without overwhelm and without fear. My name's Joanne Sweeney. So what is Google Antigravity? Well, they're calling it an agentic development platform. And it changes everything about how we think about AI and software development. I honestly believe that one of the most exciting things about AI is that you don't need to be a developer to understand the tech or to deploy the tech or to ideate and create with the tech. In fact, I would argue that if you're not a developer, you might even get more out of it. As I say in my book, AI Playbook, AI is communications, it's not coding. So here's a clip from the Google DeepMind podcast discussing antigravity.
So congratulations. You have been elevated to a manager of agents. Instead of an agent living in your tools are now instruments for many agents.
So if the AI is writing the code, are we all just managers now? And what happens if the employee hallucinates? The wonderful thing about this platform is that Antigravity is almost like an AI coding playground. You can type in the questions, the AI suggests some code, you copy, paste it, test it, find the errors, go back to the AI. Antigravity flips what we know about code on its head. Instead of you doing the work with AI assistance, the AI does the work with your oversight. You become the architect, the manager, the person who says, build me a login page that connects to a database. And then the agent just does it. It writes the code, opens the browser, it tests whether the code actually works. It finds the bug, it fixes them. And it shows you screenshots of the results so you can approve the work. And that's not an assistant. That's like a full-blown employee. And 3 things that make Antigravity different from what we've seen before. Number 1, browser control. The agent just doesn't write code and hope it works. It literally opens a web browser, navigates to your application, clicks buttons, fills in forms, and verifies that everything functions correctly. It can see what's on screen. This solves the biggest problem with AI coding tools, which is that they hallucinate. They confidently write code that may not work. Antigravity's agent proves that it does work by testing it. Secondly, it's about artifacts and not chat. When the agent completes a task, it doesn't just say done in a chat window. It creates artifacts, implementation plans, screenshots, code walkthroughs, checklists. You review these artifacts the way you'd review work from a junior developer. And then 3, mission control, the manager interface. Antigravity has what they call mission control, where you can spawn multiple agents across different workspaces. One agent fixing a bug in your back end, another prototyping a new feature for your website, and another one running tests on an app. All monitored from one dashboard. You're not coding. You're orchestrating, managing, and overseeing. So what does this mean for the broader agentic AI landscape? For those of you who've heard me talk about my AI maturity framework, we've been moving through 4 levels: tools, assistance, vibe coding, and agentic AI. Antigravity is Google's full commitment to that 4th level. And they've done something really clever. It's free and public preview. It runs on Macs, Windows, and Linux. And crucially, it's not locked to Google's AI models. You can use Gemini 3 Pro, yes, but also Claude Sonnet from Anthropic and GPT models from OpenAI. So this puts pressure on other players in the space. Cursor, GitHub, Copilot, Replit. They all need to answer the question, can your AI actually test its own work? And the benchmark numbers are telling. Antigravity scored 76% on something called the SWE Bench Verified, which measures whether an AI can actually resolve real GitHub issues in production code. So if you're not a developer, but you have an idea and you want a prototype, then this is a great place to try it out. Build and ideate and test all on Antigravity. It's available now at antigravity.google. It's free during the preview period. If you're curious about agentic AI and if you've been doing any kind of vibe coding like me, then go ahead and try it out. If you enjoyed today's episode of AI6, please share it with a pro that you know. And if you've built anything in Antigravity, then come on the podcast. Let's have a long listen conversation. I'm Joanne Sweeney. This is AI6. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.